Hey there, sleep that bears. You're gonna be experiencing one of the coolest dreams I had like a week ago. You're gonna be dreaming where you go to a special science class where you run some cool experiments and things got really interesting with a lot of ASMR triggers and my slinky. You're gonna be definitely falling asleep by the time you are experiencing this dream, so let's make that happen. Let's wrap this long day with a nice dream experience for the slinky. So are you ready? Alright, onto your beds. I'm going to take you into the dream world. Alright, so you're now dreaming. So apparently you are in science class. Apparently it is somewhere at a university or college, and you are looking forward to go to class. So if you are usually not into science, just assume that in your dream self you really love science and you're super excited to go see your prof or teacher. It is a typical day. Typical school day. And you decide to go. It is period 1. And for this period, it is a lecture period. And you walk into the classroom and you're sitting in this class, okay? It is not a very big class. It has quite a few students, quite a handful of classmates. So it's not a lot of people, but you're definitely not alone. There's one classmate beside you, another one behind you, and plenty of girls on the other side of the classroom, precisely to your left. You're sitting somewhere in the front, close to the middle of the room, the front row, one of the middle columns. And your teacher or instructor is now giving you a lecture. Today's topic apparently is a volcano experiment. He's not giving you the lecture, but it's very special because there's something different. There is this big mini volcano in the center of the room, and you and your classmate that's beside you and behind you, you become surprised, all of you. Like, what the hell is this there? How did it get there? Like you have not seen a volcano once you got in, but now it appeared out of nowhere. A bright brown volcano that has a lot of red markings, as if someone painted it. What is this? And then the prof decides to run an experiment in class. And so he walks to the center in front of that volcano, and pours in some magical liquid in the hole of the volcano in the big crater. And the volcano quickly turned red. And then poof, it erupted. It erupted really quickly, not like real lava, but red water, red water, red water, red water, red water, red water. And surprisingly, it is not hot. You expect the lava to become so hot like real lava in real life volcano eruptions, but it is not hot. In fact, it's close to lukewarm temperatures. You expect the eruption to quickly be over and the teacher just quickly dismissing it as a typical chemical reaction. But for some reason, things go really interesting. It starts to somehow flood the classroom. The red water starts to come out and pour and flood the floor of the classroom. And the lava is emitting this red water, not lava, that's like quote unquote lava. It is emitting this red glow. And it's flooding the classroom. But there's something weird about the classmates. Everybody didn't even move. That's the weirdest thing. Nobody moved. Nobody even got off their chairs and stood up. Nobody even run, as if it's no big deal, as if the volcano just erupts and teacher allows the students to watch without an emergency. It's just like that, as if poof, a volcano erupts and just watch, don't do anything. And the volcano continues to erupt and endlessly erupt up to the point that the walls of the classroom, they all disappear, and you end up not in the classroom anymore. You somehow ended up in this pink forest with mountains. These mountains have a similar color that look almost exactly like the volcano. It's as if the volcano was copy-pasted and all of it's in the background, but much bigger. And with an instant, the period is over, class is over, and somehow, for some reason, you were teleported into another class for the same subject, and it's science again, a science-related class again. So you did not even have time to react. You were in this pink forest with those mountains, with a volcano that's been endlessly erupting. And now for some reason you are in another class. Another science class. This time it's something different. First off, the teacher and everybody else, they're all speaking French. Yes, les sciences. They are all speaking French. And they are assigning you, among others, to do a project. Another different project. The project was to assemble a small, miniature, mini working vehicle with just Lego parts and a few screws. You don't know why you get screws. You have to use screws to sample the part and use a device that helps you make that. Like, use a special device that helps you make that vehicle. You don't even know what the device is. It was like a special mold device or something, like a prism. You don't even remember what it is. You just remember that you had to use this special thing that allows you to fabricate the vehicle and carry on with your project. And so you decide to all do it along with others and casually slowly build the slow pace, making slow progress and build a working mini vehicle. At some point, the class has been fast forwarded. You don't remember much, but the next thing that you do remember is the time that's almost up. The teachers now tell everybody else the time is almost over, and at one point she said, "Dépêchez-vous, dépêchez-vous." That means that you gotta hurry before class is over, because you just realized you're just halfway into doing the project. You don't even have enough time to finish. And eventually, the period is over. So, somehow, the teacher, she tells you, "Vous pouvez apporter vos projets si vous n'avez pas encore fini," which means you can take your projects if you have not finished yet. If you're still not finished. Okay. Okay, great. You can now bring your projects home. And with that, you bring your project home, and for some reason, you don't remember if you really finished that project, because now apparently you are teleported into another class. This time you are instructed by this woman, and apparently this class is not science anymore. The class seems to situate somewhere in the basement of the school. She tells your class that you will all have to collectively write a letter, a chain letter, which will circulate throughout the world. She tells everybody that the letter will end up being written by every school in the whole world. And eventually it will also be written by the Prime Minister or President, which country you are in. If you're in US, it could be the President. If you're in Canada, it would be the PM or Prime Minister. Okay, everybody is very excited. And then the teacher then says, and when the time comes next year, you'll all get to see the signature of the president or slash prime minister. And with that, everyone is so hyped with the chain letter activity. Oh my goodness. And so they all write something. You write your name, and everybody gets passed on. They write their names, everybody's names, and the message saying it all started in this very classroom. Yes, again, the message saying it all started in this classroom. And then the letters closed, sealed in a special envelope. And then the teacher says, okay, let's send it. And for some reason, you could see the letter through its perspective, like you don't even have to be present. It's like your eyes moving with you, like you're seeing the letter going in between schools, between teachers, between high schools, different elementary schools, and then different colleges, and then different universities. Eventually, the letter was supposed to go to the president/prime minister. But there is just one part where the letter reaches a teacher. You're seeing everything through the letter's perspective, by the way, like I mentioned. It is a teacher from a class that you don't like. You didn't like back when you were in elementary school. It was sent to your elementary school at one point, and the teacher decides to write something down. But as your teacher that you disliked in elementary tries to write something popped. A mini explosion. As he pushes the pen to write something, there is this little thing that he pressed that causes a mini explosion, and that shocked him. You thought that he lost his eye. He told everybody, okay, someone had planted a little booby trap there in the letter. I'm okay, don't worry. I'm gonna grab this kid. I know he went to science class. I know he had science class and he had this teacher that conducted a volcano experiment. I'm gonna catch him after class, after school starts, or something like that. You know that time passed between the fact that you had this weird science classes and after the chain letter class concluded. And like weeks passed, and by the time the incident occurred with the booby trap, you know that the teacher told himself about, I'm gonna get this kid who booby trapped the letter. And I know he had this teacher that conducted a volcano experiment. And apparently, you wake up after that. Alright, for now, this dream is over. By the time this is over, you should be now fallen asleep. You should be now in deep sleep, at least about to fall asleep. Alright, so I hope you do enjoy this video. If you got your tingles, please give this video a like by gently nudging the thumbs up button. It'll be greatly appreciated. And if you're new to this channel, I make ASMR formatted videos covering various topics, some obscure, some classic, and some dream stories. And my goal is to help people sleep, ease off your sleep debt, and pay off your entire balance of your sleep credit card. Get your balance of your sleep credit card to 0. That's my goal. So please subscribe if you do not want to miss any of my future content. And so I'm gonna go sleep now. And until then, I'll see you next time.